Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Rita's Book Club. On the third week of Pride Month, I'm telling you all about A Lady for a Duke by Alexis Hall. When Alexis announced that he was releasing this queer historical romance, I was so excited for it. I've been reading a lot of queer historical romances in the last few months, but this one seemed even more interesting to me since it has a trans heroine. This book tells us the story of Viola Carroll. She was presumed dead at Waterloo, and she took the opportunity to live as herself after so long. But freedom comes with a price, and Viola paid for hers with the loss of her wealth, her title, and her closest friend, Justin de Vere, the Duke of Gracewood. Years after the war, their families reconnect, and Viola learns how deep that loss truly was. Shattered without her, Gracewood has retreated so far into grief that Viola barely recognizes him in the lonely, brooding man he has become. As Viola strives to bring Gracewood back to himself, fresh and new desires give new names to old feelings. Feelings that would have been impossible once and may be impossible still, but with which neither Viola or Gracewood can deny, even if they cost her everything all over again. Once again, Alexis Hall did it and didn't disappoint me at all with this book. I absolutely loved it, and it was so beautiful to read this story of two old friends finding their way back to each other. I loved Viola's character, a strength and joy in life, but my favorite trait was how unapologetic she was towards others and what she went through. She suffered a lot to get to the point where she accepted herself and was brave to do it regardless of the consequences. She lost a lot from her past life, but nothing else mattered besides being her own true self. It's glorious and such a good lesson even for people nowadays. Got to admit that one of my all-time favorite scenes in this book is when she says all of this to Gracewood. I think it's such a powerful scene and an important one. She doesn't feel guilty because she had to do it for herself, and she will never say sorry for being herself. It's powerful. And then, of course, Gracewood. He began the book's such a mess of a man. He was in so much pain, physical and mental. But I thought it was such an important moment when he realized he had to be better for his sister, for his family. That gave him the push he needed to get out of his foggy self, and having Viola there by his side only made him want to be a better and more deserving man to the women in his life. I absolutely loved him even more when he accepted Viola without a blink of an eye, and after his shock wore off, that was a proof of a love not only for his friend, a love of the past, but also for the feelings he was developing for her as a new friend and a woman that he met. I loved how unapologetic he was, that he fell in love with her and didn't care what everybody thought about it. I really loved their dynamic and how much they loved and cared for each other. Their sassy moments were very good. They fed off each other. There was no drama regarding them apart from the societal expectations of the time in which the book was set. But even those they overcome because the love they had for each other was more important than anything else. Finally, I just have to give a little shout out to Viola's family for the support they showed to her when she came out to them. It was so important to Viola, and I absolutely adored little Bartholomew. That kid was so hilarious, and he understood more than he let on. Also, Gracewood's sister, Miranda, she was a force of nature, and I loved her answers. I don't know if Alexis is planning a second book of this story, but I would love to know more about Mira and her own adventures in life. She was such a special character. Honestly, this book is just a beautiful story of love, friendship, and acceptance. Please read it, I beg you. I assure you that you won't be disappointed with it. As always, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at Rita's Book Club for more content. Thanks for watching and see you next week. Happy readings!